What is up, guys? It's Crashy here, and I'm going to be starting to do a zombie survival series on DayZ. So you can see I'm a fresh spawn, just spawned here at Prig. I'm going to be heading east, or west rather, toward Chernogorsk. It's one of the bigger cities on the south coast, and this is just a regular Chernar's DayZ mod, and we'll see what kind of fun we can get into. So, basically, what I'm going to be doing here is playing for about 5 to 15 minutes, respectively, or until I die if I've had a long running already. Really, it's kind of just up in the air a little bit. Each episode will be a little different, and my goal is to get as many kills as I can without dying. Now, obviously, the series isn't going to go on without me dying at all, so what we're going to do is we're going to take it, step by step. We're going to see what kind of things I can find, what kind of adventures I can get into, and then, from there we go. So, just running west toward Cherno. We're going to see if any players or any bandits, any survivors are around, if I can find any weapons, things like that, and what kind of snarky things we can get into. So, here we go. Now, I've played DayZ a lot in the past. Was pretty good at it. I did a lot of live streams of DayZ, got into plenty of gunfights. So I would say I'm a pretty decent, medium, average, experienced player. More or less, I understand the game and how it works. So I think we'll definitely get into some cool situations on this series. I'm gonna try to do maybe one of these a week. I think that would be good. DayZ not being the main game I play on, but definitely a game I really really enjoy. So we'll see, and maybe I'll stack them up, put them out, twice a week or once a week, something like that, and see if you guys respond well to these types of videos. So. Now, I don't actually own the WarZ, but I have played it. I wasn't too impressed, although it's a pretty decent game. This one came first, so I actually just really appreciate this one and kind of see the value in playing this one over the WarZ to me. Although, again, that is a pretty fun game, but it's a little clunky to me. And this being a mod, I think they did a great job on it, and are continuing to still do a great job on it. So this is actually the first time I've played in quite a while, and I can already see some of the updates that they've done. Not graphic-wise, but just in-game wise, and it's really cool. So now this is the dangerous part. These are the some of the sniper buildings that you got to watch out for when you're coming into Cherno. And me coming in from the the east side, I'm just running straight in. So any snipers are gonna have a pretty decent shot on me. I really kind of want to run toward this lower south side of the city, get into some apartments, and see if I can find any supplies right off the start. Any weapons, really. Bags, weapons, supplies. Anything that I can make of good use. A couple zombies on me, no big deal. Like I said, I really just need to get into the city. I can lose them once I'm in. Really just want to look up there, make sure I'm not, putting myself in a death sentence. No one likes to run just to die. No one I know anyways. So, some of these zombies starting to chase me now. Okay, hop over that. Get into the city. Again, always trying to be aware of my surrounding. Can't see a whole lot right here, but still doesn't hurt to look. Gonna go on ahead and probably make my way back to that apartment a little later. I think I just heard pistol shots. I definitely hear pistol shots over by the fire station, I believe. Go on ahead and try to get a little bit of looting done on this side of the city. May have already been all hit, so see what we can find. Okay, doesn't look like there's much here. Either loot hasn't spawned in a little while, or it's already been hit. In any case, I need to keep on moving. One zombie's still chasing me at the moment. Try to sneak around the city. Get into all these apartments. Pretty good at making my way around. I'm pretty familiar with the the map in Cherno. Cherno being my favorite city, this one that we're in right here. Oops, so, no, I don't want to take the tin can. Looks like CZ's a CZ 550 ammo. It's not a very common rifle, but I'll go ahead and take the bullets just in case. See some bandages on the ground, a little bit of food. I'm not really concerned with the majority. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so now I have basic Lee Enfield rifle, single shot rifle. It's usually about a 1 or 2 shot kill depending on how much health they have. If they're full health, it's going to be a 2 shot. You know, if they've taken a little bit of damage, most of the time it's a 1 shot. So this, I'm very comfortable shooting this up close. It's absolutely dreadful, but it's not too bad. You can definitely make do with a Lee Enfield. I'm going ahead and drop that CZ ammo. Don't want to get stuck just holding on to that for no reason. Okay, so from here I can continue to make my way through some apartments, look for some supplies, or I can go hunt the player that I heard shooting a pistol. Shooting a pistol, I don't feel too threatened right off the start, but I don't know his position, so I can't really speculate. I don't have enough information to go off of. I'm going to try to get close to the fire station without being spotted, but I also have these zombies on me, which could be a factor if they don't drop aggro in just a second. Moving toward a more populated set of places. I really want to look around. Usually nothing in these random tents, but it doesn't hurt to check. Unless, of course, you get baited and then you die. Alright, so let's go toward... Try to see if we can get toward the fire station. It's going to be that building right above us, in front of us with the tower. Also be careful of the zombie right here. I'll creep around a little bit. Also, there's a food market over on our far left that is a point of interest. Don't want to run, we don't want to pick up aggro just because we're on the street. You are a little bit more visible. So, creep across the street. Try to watch that back door, those back doors. Alright. Go ahead and start to move in closer. So the bells do chime. It's not a player activated thing. If any of you guys don't know, church bells do chime. But I do hear some dead bodies. Usually when you want to get into a gunfight, you want to go into first person mode. Still want to be careful. Use third person to look around corners, see around walls, things like that. That building right there is dangerous. Called Blue Cap. That one's called Triple Yellow. You can kind of see why. Blue Cap at the top, 3 yellow poles. Big sniper buildings. Usually you can see some activity. Right there in the middle, kind of looks like a player. I can't really tell. It might just be a little bit of a graphics being off or something like that. It doesn't seem like it's moving. So I think I'm just kind of imagining things. Now running into the fire station, not the best idea ever. Definitely an easy way to get yourself killed. So let's see what channel I'm in. Side channel. There's a player right here.
Hey. We still on that road, the little bird across the airfield.
Okay. Take this guy. Okay, so he's still alive. What the fuck? Let's go ahead and try to loot him if we can really quickly. I'm gonna take his bag at least. Okay, so we got that first guy. We're on 1 kill right now. I'm gonna try to keep track of it, but you never know. Now I'm gonna run in here, but I need to be careful because this is the part where we kind of get out of dodge. Picked up the 1 kill, got me a nice looking bag. Now there's some zombies in the area. You don't really want to stick around, just in case another player heard that shot. This is one of the louder guns in the game, so you want to be careful with things like that. Still trying to be aware of the height advantages. Do you like to get up in this industrial building right here? But I want to lose this zombie first. So there's some zombies on the north side, and they're kind of grouped up, so I can't really tell if they're kind of grouped up, so I can't really tell if they're just fresh spawns that clunk together or not. So, like I said, this is one of my favorite buildings right here. This little industrial building. You don't usually find too much great items, but gives you a nice little vantage point. So, it's got some stuff I don't really need. These EpiPens, water bottles. Blood bags are nice to have if you're playing with partners. You can't actually give yourself your own blood, so you have to get a blood transfusion from another player. So, going ahead, we're going to get to the top of this building. We'll take a look around once we get up here. So, he looked like he was unarmed, but I'm going to take those supplies from him. Zombie apocalypse, you got to be careful where you're moving. Again, these buildings, very big points of interest. North side of the city, always a big point of interest. Hills, North Hills, Sniper Hills. I don't have any binoculars at the moment, but I do see a zombie walking far north, so I'm not necessarily sure I'm the cause of that zombie spawn, so there could be another player in the city. That building, the clock tower, can sometimes be a point of interest. Not necessarily, though. More or less depends. Don't see anybody in the tower. And I'm kind of sticking my head out on a limb right here, being out this far of this building. Like, scouting is actually, like, this is a dangerous move that I'm making. I shouldn't be this far out. Really just want to get a good look from the city. Try to see exactly what I'm dealing with. So I don't see a whole lot going on. But again, still a lot of zombies that I'm seeing. So I definitely don't feel like I'm alone. A lot of this game is patience. The guy didn't seem geared enough for me to want to go back. A lot of stuff is memory as well. Like, I see those 3 front doors are open. If anybody closes those doors, I'm going to know there's a player around. So, not seeing a whole lot. I'm going ahead and scout around some more. We can hit some of the north buildings if we want to look for some supplies, some more supplies. More useful supplies, I should say. Some of these items I have right now aren't necessarily that needed. Always stuff you could find. Better things. Go ahead and take another bandage, just in case. It's always nice to have bandages. You never know where you're going to be getting caught. They don't give you health back, but they do stop bleeding. You never know when you're going to need that in the middle of a gunfight. If you escape. best to avoid zombies if you can, but sometimes it's just not a big deal. Don't really want to pull them, so, but I do anyways. So now I'm gonna have a couple zombies on me while I run. What I do want to do now is go check the medical tents on the east side of the city, so that's where I'm running right now. In the event I see a player, hopefully I'll be prepared enough to take him out. Hopefully a player doesn't see me without returning the favor. Alright, so medical tents right on the other side of this wall, and around the back of here you can sometimes find some nice guns, things like that. There's also a hospital right here. I can look for medical supplies if I needed to, but I think I'm pretty set. Painkillers always nice to have. They slow down your morphine painkillers. They slow down your sway. Like if you're tired, if you've kind of exhausted your player out, kind of slows down your sway, so that way you can take a more steady shot. I think they also get you out of shock, if I'm correct. If your character does go into shock. Sometimes you find a small little submachine gun. Doesn't look like that's the case today, but well, it's decent to check. Still always a good idea to check. Move up toward the north side of the city. So there's not usually a whole lot around this side of the city, but you can find things in the northern apartments, as well as players. So I think I just heard a gunshot on the south side of the city, more toward the residential area, kind of over by the supermarket. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make my way toward that side. No way to be for sure. Sometimes you just hear things because you're paranoid, but definitely worth checking out in my eyes. Hopefully I lose the zombie along the way. I'll probably slip. Definitely some pistol fire now. I've also seen some death messages at the bottom, so you never know if two players are getting killed or what's the case. So you want to be careful, but I definitely do need to drop these zombies off before I keep going, so you want to run them through a building. This is starting to feel like a tutorial. I've been playing this game a long time. So. Okay. So. Zombies are kind of giving me shit, but I'm going to keep on moving. 3 doors are still open, so I don't know if they've made their way that way yet. They just could be at the supermarket. What I'm trying to do is lose all these zombies before I make my way over in that direction. Okay. So I didn't get them the way I wanted them to, but hopefully they don't yell and run at me right here. Which they probably will, or I'm going to run into another one right here. So my character's going to be kind of tired. I might have to use some painkillers just to calm him down in a second. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay. Definitely 2 players. It's easy to tell. No death messages yet, but they're definitely not going to be expecting me. Which is why it's the best time to strike. And the server closed out. Well, I'm not dead, guys, but I think that's going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. So, things got a little crazy. Maybe you can even say it got out of hand, but we're going to be back. It's going to be a different server, whole new people, so who knows what kind of adventures we'll get into. Hopefully I don't die right when I get in. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and that's it for this time. So look out for episode 2, hopefully either coming up this week or next week, and I'll see you guys then.